Hello everyone and welcome to our video series Sala Digital. If you are learning English, it's important that you know something about its culture and history. So let's begin with who are the British? Part 1, the Romans. Try to follow the links below in the description to know more about the subject. Don't forget to subscribe the channel. Let's begin. The history of Britain is complex. It has always had waves of foreign invaders, people from outside, who wanted to annihilate their predecessors. That's what we call colonization. The story is told in Asterix. Their fight under the Roman rule under Julius Caesar is very well known. So the Gauls is an example of a people or a micro-society that fought back the Romans. According to the records, it seems that for over 10,000 years, people have been moving in and out of Britain. That's why we call them waves of invaders. And of course, those invaders brought cultural changes, huge cultural changes. In fact, there were profound shifts in culture and identity. But how important is learning a language? As we know, English is one of the most outspread languages in the world, and we have to understand its culture as well. But what is culture? So, culture perhaps encompasses a lot of things: language, religion, cuisine, social habits, music, arts, what we believe in, if it is right or wrong, how we sit at the table, how we greet visitors, and a million other things. According to historical documents, not only culture changes, but also the identity of people. So what is identity? What does it mean? Identity is the qualities of a person and that make them different from others. Let's say it's your fingerprint, your looks, your expressions, your beliefs, your qualities, your personality, and that's your identity. So let's see the identity of the first Britons, the first British people. It was discovered a 10,000-year-old skeleton that revealed that the first Britons were black-skinned with dark curly hair and possibly blue eyes, according to historical documents as well. So how did the British build their personality, their culture, and their identity? Let's begin with the Romans. The Roman invasion. In 55 BC, before Christ, Julius Caesar invaded the British Islands. But he had to go back to Rome, and in 43 AD, Anno Domini, Emperor Claudius followed his work. By this time, and under the Roman rule, the United Kingdom was called Britannia, not United Kingdom, Britannia, the Roman Britannia. So Britannia was named after a Roman goddess, and it became the personification of Britain. Here you have Britannia. She's armed with a trident, a shield, and a Corinthian helmet. Let's follow the Romans a little bit further. So this is United Kingdom, as you know, 4 countries right now. In the north you have Scotland, and then the biggest country in the south is England. In southwest you have Wales, a small country, and the other small island is Ireland, as you know. Now, the Romans did not conquer the whole island. No, they didn't. They only conquered half of the country. And what did they do? In fact, they built a wall as a frontier, a boundary, which was called Hadrian's Wall, to defend their territory. Hadrian's Wall ran for 80 miles from Newcastle in the east to Carlisle in the west. It was a defendable border. The Roman army, in fact, only conquered half of the country. So they were not interested in Caledonia, now Scotland. Why not? Because Scotland, or Caledonia as they call it at the time, had no natural resources and only had a very little area of fertile land. And it seems that the Roman army was not interested in conquering Ireland, as they called Iberia, either. So under the Roman rule, Britain saw profound changes. Let's see some of them in detail. The Roman roads. Look at the Roman roads. The Romans built new roads. In fact, 16,000 kilometers of roads in Great Britain. And some of them have been converted into motorways nowadays. From all the things they built, monuments, museums, roads, one of the most important remains is Hadrian's Wall, and perhaps the most famous. And the Romans were very religious. They believed in several gods, as the native Britons, as the people from Britain, because they both were pagans. And only by the beginning of the 4th century, Christianity was allowed by the Emperor Constantine. And Christianity became the official Roman religion. What about language? The Roman language. Before the Romans came, very few people could read or write in Britain. And information was oral information, was passed from person to person by word of mouth only. If the Britons did not read or write, the Romans did. The Romans wrote down their history, wrote down their literature, wrote down their laws, their language, their numbers. Their language was called Latin. So many words that come from Latin, such as exit, which means he or she goes out, and pedestrian, which means going on foot, among any others. And the place names, for example, that end in Chester, Castor, or Cester, for example, Gloucester, Doncaster, Manchester, they come all from Latin. Even today, English coins have Latin inscriptions, and they are based on a Roman design. The £1 coin, for example, still today is lettered in Latin. With Romans, for the first time, we had towns. Yes, the Romans had the idea to build big towns and cities like this. So they wanted to live together in cities or towns. And how did they build them? The towns had crisscross streets that formed blocks called insula. And in the middle, they had a forum, a kind of a big marketplace or market square, where people came to trade, to buy and sell their products. The Romans were in London. They had conquered London. But it was not called London at the time. They called it Londinium. And they built a fort beside the river Thames. The Romans left their mark also by introducing new foods in Britain, such as celery and cabbages, walnuts, radishes, cucumbers, and also broad beans. After 300 years of settlement in Britain, the Romans had to go. Why? Because the city of Rome was under attack and the empire was falling apart. The Romans had to leave to take care of matters back home. So the Roman Emperor Honorius sent a goodbye letter to the people of Britain. What did he say? Fight bravely and defend your lives. You are on your own now. So the Romans came in and went out. And after the Romans, the next group of people to settle in Britain were the Anglo-Saxons. Let's find out who they are. Follow the next video. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, share it with your friends. Try to follow the links below in the description to know more about the subject. Don't forget to watch the next video. The Anglo-Saxons are coming to Britain. Bye-bye.